We got T-shirts. We got hoodies. We got all kind of stuff. We literally we got T-shirts and hoodies. There's no more to have.
That's it. Should expand our list, I guess.
There's literally no more to have. I gave you all I have. Hey, you know my favorite part about stuff like when I can tell people haven't watched us very long or are new to the show or whatever.
Yeah.
I said it was Justin Fields' fault. That was me. I'm the dude that said it was Justin Fields' fault.
All right. Okie dokie.
Oh, y'all know I was rocking with JF1, man. Hey, appreciate y'all for tuning in to Show of Love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Want to talk about Colin Cowherd's comments, not only just on Caleb Williams and how he felt about what Caleb Williams can do, but also about this Bears team as a whole. Colin, very glowing in his praise of the Chicago Bears. Very, very interesting.
Okay.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
What he had to say about the Bears as a whole, said, in the NFC North, I think the Bears sneak into the playoff. Said when discussing the NFC North and Colin Cowherd said when he was discussing the NFC North, he placed them in the division behind the Detroit Lions, who were finishing first, with the Green Bay Packers finishing third and the Minnesota Vikings finishing fourth, who Cowherd said will be a really good fourth place team. Just a lot of optimism around this Bears team right now from Colin Cowherd, which is very weird to say, but listen, I think again we're seeing the national media go big. We're seeing the national media be very confident in what Ben Johnson has brought here, and I think it goes back to the conversation we had yesterday. You know, if you're going to make the playoffs, you've got to win quickly. You've got to win early, and I think for me, those first two games are incredibly important. If you're going to win the playoffs, if somehow you find a way to start off 2-0, not only in the NFC, not only in the NFL, but in the division. If you have a 2-0 leg up, because nobody else, I believe, has an opportunity to be 2-0, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think anybody
in the division.
I don't think anybody else in the division plays 2 division games to start 2025. I might be wrong on that.
Let's see here.
But you have an opportunity to put yourself in a really good spot in the division. I think that starting things off with, so the Lions play the Packers week 1. And the Packers don't play a divisional opponent again. I shouldn't say divisional. Well, yeah, NFC North.
Until Minnesota.
North opponent again until Minnesota. That's week 5.
Well, they play Minnesota, Detroit, and the Bears, all 3 games back to back.
Yeah,
but that's later on in the
they got last year's schedule.
Yeah.
Vikings have Vikings don't play anybody again until they play the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see the Lions schedule. Lions got a bad setup, bro. Like there's a part of me that's like the Lions are still gonna lion, like in a good way. Now I know it's weird to say.
I know, right? Yeah, like back then.
The Lions have that opportunity too. They got the Packers week 1. They got the Bears week 2. So whoever wins that has first place in the division.
Okay. There you go.
So the Lions are the one that's gonna be the real opportunity there, but. Dog, the Lions are to a point where too much change is hard to overcome. Both OC and DC, multiple pieces on the offensive line. Defense is going to look different this season with no Aaron Glenn in there, and different defensive pieces in that defensive back room. Like, there's a part of me, not to say I think the Lions are going to be bad, but there is a part of me that I'm like, I don't know if the Lions hit the ground running. I feel like the Lions may be a very good finishing the season team. I have a lot of questions on the Lions starting the season. because not to say I don't still believe in Dan Campbell, but that's a lot of turnover for you to just pick up and be like, yeah, we're still really. If they do, Dan Campbell's a genius.
Yeah, just make a smooth transition. No, I think there will be adjustments. I think that, and again, that's why when we talk about who has the most pressure, back then when we discuss quarterbacks or even the
Yeah.
team, I said overall, I think Detroit coming off of a epic season, 15-2 in the season, but then kind of just fizzling out against Washington, in my opinion, due to the injuries, because offensively they kind of kept up with the team to a sense, but defensively they just got taken advantage of. Just too many injuries, just too many people hurting out that were very pivotal to their defensive success. And so coming into this year, I think with a new DC, a new OC, Dan has his hands full, in trying to get this thing going as quickly as possible. And so that's where I see them kind of maybe taking a little bit of time, as you mentioned, being a better, end of the season team where they're getting their into their groove, and hopefully, they're healthy. I don't wish any injury upon any players, and hopefully Detroit stays healthy enough where they can, get back to that elite level. But again, that's where I think the Bears kind of find their competition in the division. That 1 or 2 spot is going to be fighting with Detroit. And so, yeah, like you mentioned, the beginning of the season is going to be very, very important with those two teams playing division games right off the bat. Like, that's going to determine how well we start off. Essentially just how it was last year when we had a weak schedule, and it really determined whether or not we were going to keep up with the teams. I think it's going to be that same type of race, but not to the extent of being 15-2 and 14-3 and that record, that high of a win record. But again, this division is probably going to be the best in football, even with Minnesota, in my opinion, as Colin mentioned, being the 4th place team.
Minnesota may be a 4th place team with 9 wins.
Exactly. You said that's where the Bears gonna be. Jeez.
I got the Bears winning that. I think, did I have them winning or losing that first game? I think I had them losing their first game. But if the Bears can come out and win their first, no, I had them winning because that was at home. If the Bears come out and win that first game on Monday night, like, you got a leg up. Like, I don't think Minnesota is going to be bad. I think a lot of people are like, rookie quarterback, he's not going to figure it out. It's going to cost them games. He's not going to be throwing this football like that. You know what I mean? Like, those are the things where I look at Minnesota and I'm like, you got Aaron Jones, you got Jordan Morgan. Like, they got some weapons back there to make J.J. McCarthy's life easy. Oh, by the way, Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Hey, where you want to throw the football to? You see that? Number 1 wide receiver in the NFL down there? You see that great player right there, the best wide receiver in the league? Just throw it his direction.
Fuck it to AT. Yeah, that's your play.
It cracks me up because it almost reminds me of like Randall Cunningham with Randy Moss.
Mm-hmm.
When it was just like, this dude is amazing, and then like Randy Moss left, and it was like very regular. Like that. When you got the number 1 dude, it's like, just throw it his direction and see if it get there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, and they got the defense. They improved that defensive line a ton.
That they do. Yeah, that's a real defense.
As we saw in the simulation. I can't wait for that tomorrow, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm so excited.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. I can't wait for that.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
But no, man, I do feel like the Bears can be a team that's on the precipice of the playoffs. I told y'all, I think that the rest of the NFC North comes back down to earth. And I think the Bears take steps forward. And again, coming back down to earth basically means you're not playing the AFC South. Doesn't mean that you suck. But I do have a lot of questions about Detroit. There's a lot there to be said, but dog, we've done the new coordinator in the building thing. Like, we've done it'll be the same because all the players are the same, but it's different coaches in it. That's tough. Mm-hmm. That's tough. I don't know if Detroit's going to be able to overcome all that. We'll see what ends up happening.
It'll be amazing. Long run. A lot.
Bro, if he does that, bro, Dan Campbell best coach in the NFC North.
Agreed.
Because everybody else can call their own plays. Everybody else, you just got to swap out a defensive coordinator here or there, right? Or you just make, but you're not losing play callers. Dan Campbell, if he keeps this ship on track, I said ship, SHIP,
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
I got to give Miss Flowers.
Really good
I
head
got to
coach.
give Miss
Yeah.
Flowers.
Yeah.
Dwan Threats with the super chat. Shout out to
What?
that. Said, we got a tough schedule while being in the toughest division. That's why I'm prioritizing seeing growth slightly over wins this season. Yeah, listen, I think that plays into it too. You know what I mean? If the Bears finish out. Now, I do think you got to win because I don't think that this team was that far away from winning outside of a couple of these. Yeah, I mean, I think we look at Matt Eberflus very differently if he just was logical in end of game moments. If he just didn't make some of the most asinine play calls that we've seen in end of game moments, if he wasn't a generational loser in the fourth quarter. Imagine having a generational loser as your head coach and still putting up great fourth quarter numbers. Don't worry about that.
Yep.
Don't worry about that.
But it's garbage time.
Like, it's that garbage time, man. I get prioritizing seeing the growth, but I do think if we see the growth from Caleb Williams, we'll see the wins. I don't think those are two separate conversations to have.
Yeah, if you see the growth from Ben Johnson, like there's growth that needs to be had from everyone, from the front office, from the coaching staff, from the players on the field. Growth in their practice, the way they go about practice. Like, yeah, you can see that's an important need. But I love the reasonable take that you're saying. It's slightly. I see slightly that's an important thing over wins, because for me, I still look at the wins as the most important thing this year. Like, you can grow while still winning, in my opinion. You know, I don't feel like you have to lose and then being like, oh, well, you know what? Well, at least we're seeing some maturity. We're seeing the line, protect Caleb more. He's not falling on his butt anymore, and he's not getting, sacked 5 times a game. No, we can still. I would still like to see the growth along with the wins this season, because again, the team, national media said we got a squad this year, and we can see it. A lot of things have been addressed, and so I think those two will go hand in hand during the season.
Yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. I want to finish this out talking about this fifth article real quick, but Jordan Jason, we got to talk about the fact that we are over 100 in that chat. Over 200 in that chat. Over 300 in that chat. 300. There we
appreciate y'all, man.
216 on the YouTube side. 45 likes on the video, though. Can we get 100 likes? Can we get 100 likes? I mean, we here. We have a good conversation. We having. Yeah, man, we having fun. Get 100 likes on the video. Dang, bro.
Yeah, come on now.
Y'all be tweaking on us, bro. Y'all be hating on us. Like the video. No, just playing.